Welcome to the Patriot Angle Podcast, a show about America's truth, unhinged, unfiltered, raw. Your host, Mike Gardner.
And you know who developed it? AOC plus 3. They know nothing about the climate. Would he close down the oil industry?
It's false.
Or would you close down the oil
By the way, I
industry?
would transition from the oil industry, yes.
Oh,
I would
that's a big
transition.
statement.
It is a big statement.
That's a-
because I would stop,
Why would you do that?
because the oil industry pollutes significantly.
I see.
Here's the deal. But
That's a
you can't
big
do that.
statement.
Well, if you let me finish the statement, because it has to be replaced by renewable energy over time. Over time. And I'd stop giving to the oil industry, I'd stop giving them federal subsidies. You won't give federal subsidies to the gas, to solar and wind.
Yeah.
Why are we giving it to oil industry?
We actually do
All
give
right.
it to solar and wind.
We have
That's
one
maybe the
final
biggest
question.
statement in terms of business. That's the biggest statement.
Okay.
Because
We have
basically
one
what he's
final
saying
question,
is he is
Mr.
going to
President.
destroy the oil industry. Will you remember that, Texas? Will you
Okay.
remember that, Pennsylvania, Oklahoma?
Vice President Biden?
Number one. Number two, I don't make money from China. You do. I don't make money from Ukraine. You do. I don't make money from Russia. You made $3.5 million, Joe, and your son gave you. They even have a statement that we have to give 10% to the big man. You're the big man, I think. I don't know. Maybe you're not, but you're the big man, I think. Your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe, what's that all about? It's terrible.
Archer.
Yes, I do. And again, he's been in government 47 years. He never did a thing except in 1994 when he did such harm to the black community. And they were called, and he called them super predators. And he said that. He said it, super predators. And they kept never lived that down. 1994, your crime bill, the super predators. Nobody has done more for the black community than Donald Trump. Criminal justice reform, prison reform, opportunity zones with Tim Scott, a great senator from South Carolina. He came in with this incredible idea for opportunity zones. It's one of the most successful programs. People don't talk about it. Tremendous investment is being made. Biggest beneficiary, the black and Hispanic communities, and then historically black colleges and universities. After 3 years of coming to the office, I love some of those guys. They were great. They came into the office and they said, I said, what are you doing? After 3 years, I said, why do you keep coming back? Because we have no funding. I said, you don't have to come back every year. We have to come back because President Obama would never give them long-term funding, and I did. Why didn't he do it 4 years ago? Why didn't you do that 4 years ago, even less than that? Why didn't you? You were vice president. You keep talking about all these things you're going to do, and you're going to do this, but you were there just a short time ago, and you guys did nothing.
We did.
You know, Joe, I ran because of you. I ran because of Barack Obama, because you did a poor job. If I thought you did a good job, I would have never run. I would have never run. I ran because of you. I'm looking at you now. You're a politician. I ran because of you.
All right, folks, welcome to a
They
brand
came out
new
and said,
platform. Welcome to a brand new platform. In with the old, or excuse me, out with the old, in with the new, right? Out with the old Kitchen Angle, in with the new Patriot Angle podcasts. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 31. Folks, this is not a new show. This is just a rebranding of the older show going into the same show. Folks, I had to make this show more patriotic. I had to make this show more entertaining. My listeners want it more, and guess what? I am delivering more to the listener, the viewer, the person out there that chooses to listen to this podcast, the Patriot Angle. Okay, folks, what'd you think about last night's debate? First and foremost, welcome to today's show. Again, what did you think about last night's debate? Lot of heated topics. I think this one was a little different. Of course, with the disadvantage of Trump, we know Trump is a big game talker, right? He likes to rebuttal as much as possible. He likes to basically win. That's everything in his eyes is a win scenario. Trump is a winner. He's definitely not a loser. And we seen that last night, folks. We seen it last night. I mean, did you see every single angle that Trump was pressing against Biden at the final presidential debate in Tennessee last night, which came on around roughly about, what was it, about 20 after 9? 20 after 9, it lasted for about, well over about an hour and 20 minutes, I believe, right? Every single angle that Trump basically threw, I mean, he threw a lot of interesting type of angles at Biden. And Biden was just like, literally, I mean, it looked like the man was going to fall off the podium. I mean, he couldn't, I mean, he just, I don't know. A lot of people, you know, which is weird because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Biden stood his ground. He won the debate last night. I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't see it because Trump threw the first angle, one of the first angles with oil industry. You know, Biden is like totally not for oil. He wants to stop oil refineries here in America. He wants to limit the drilling. Okay. He wants to put taxes on everything, including oil, food. I mean, this man, you know, wants to tax everything. Trump was tackling the tax scenario that Biden wants to roll out. First of all, he's not going to be helping you with your taxes, folks, if you think that. He's not going to help you a damn thing with your taxes. All Biden is going to do is raise them. All Trump's going to do is basically keep them comfortable for people that are basically working in a middle-class scenario, right? I mean, that's the way it should be. Why the hell should you tax somebody that's a middle-class worker in modern age America? Why the hell would any person, okay, a politician, tax a middle-class individual? Well, we should know that Trump is not a politician. Far from it. Far from it. He is another form of a Ronald Reagan from the 1980s, but basically a little bit more advanced, so to speak. Nothing against Reagan. Not that Reagan did a great job, but, Trump is, delivering on everything. Delivering on health care, delivering on low taxes, low unemployment rates, and, these Democrats, I mentioned it on my podcast before this one. The Dems are losing ammunition for Trump. And we clearly seen that last night on the final debate. I mean, we seen that. We seen that Trump brought up the politician's career. He brought up Biden's career as a politician. 47 years. We've been hearing the same rubbish from Joe Biden. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, clearly Trump is right. Joe is all talk and no action. All talk and no action. Joe, my friend. Well, he ain't my friend, but I'll just say it because it's a figure of speech. Joe, you had 47 years as a politician to make change, develop policies, and make the better good for all Americans here in this great nation. What did you do in 47 years? What did you do as an early senator? What did you do as a former vice president under the Barack Obama administration? What have you done ever as a politician? You done jack shit. You haven't done a damn thing. Oh, just give me 4 years. I'm going to make America prosper, and I'm going to bring back jobs and bring back this and bring back that. Oh, we had to hear from your administration, the past administration under Obama. Oh, you needed a magic wand to bring back factories in this country, remember? Oh, yeah, remember that? Remember that, Joe? Your administration's famous words. You need a magic wand to bring back factories in this in this nation. Hey, guess what, Joe? It didn't take Trump too long, President Trump too long to bring back good American jobs, factories, warehouses, good high-paying jobs back to the country. Send them back to America where they belong instead of having them in communist China and Mexico and other countries, third world nations. Didn't take Trump that long, huh? Had it done. But we had to hear from the same crap from you from years. Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You haven't done a damn thing. And you say you're for the black community, which we seen Trump attacking Biden last night on the debates with the black community. He doesn't support the black community. What was his exact words? Mr. President used the exact words, very, very good, because this is coming out of Joe Biden's, basically his own mouth. He called the black community or black people super predators. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the man. This is the man you want to vote for a possibly 4 years, or God, sadly, if he makes it 8 years in office. Folks, this is not a leader. This is a man that is so corrupt, so racist in his own way, that he would call black people super predators. That he didn't feel comfortable about having his grandchildren or his own children in the same schools as some of these people. Yeah. Folks, we got a lot more to say about the debates, about other topics on the show. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to miss you don't want to miss the next set of segments here. We'll be right back, folks.
A hole for American workers. Biden voted to ship our jobs overseas. He raised our taxes and imposed costly regulations on small businesses. Now Biden wants a $4 trillion tax increase, a government takeover of healthcare, and a Green New Deal that would bury our economy. It's time for Joe Biden to stop digging. Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Hey folks, back to the show. We're back to the show. Just had to take a quick little break. But yeah, last night's debate wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. As much as the other one. As much as I support Trump, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hide the secrecy. There's no secrecy. I don't hide anything. I tell the truth. I support Donald Trump. I support the reason, and I'll tell you why I support him, okay? Because and don't get me wrong, there's some things I disagree with him on a few things, not a lot, but just a few. It's clearly easy, folks. It's clearly easy. I support Trump because I support freedom and liberty. I sure as hell don't support Biden and Harris, because what are they delivering? What are they promising? What are they offering to the American people? Not very much. Not very much. They're not really offering a good health care system. Matter of fact, Biden wants to basically revamp the original plan for Obamacare. Did you hear it last night? He wants to now call his health care Biden care. Yeah, get that. A spin-off, so to speak, of Obamacare. But folks, what is that going to do to your health care? Seriously, what is it going to do to your health care? Is he going to save pre-existing conditions? We've heard that for the last, maybe a couple of months now with the pre-existing conditions agenda. We've heard that on both aisles, both sides, right? We've heard it from Trump. We've heard it from Biden. Hell, we've heard it from far-left politicians. I mean, AOC got involved with it. We've heard it from Pelosi. But don't get me started with Pelosi. I'm telling you right now, guys. Did you hear what Pelosi now wants to do? The whole plan was she wanted to, and I'll get into Pelosi right now, okay? Pelosi, and this has a lot to do with the healthcare, okay? Pelosi's agenda, after she failed with the Mueller reports, the Russia collusion, okay, and the impeachment hearings, and now she's, now they're trying to politicize COVID-19 on the president, like it's his fault. Oh, the president killed 220,000 people in the United States and blah, 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 blah. Folks, don't get me wrong, okay? This disease, this virus, okay, is a deadly virus, okay? It's deadly. It's a global virus. Don't get me wrong. It can kill people and make people terminally ill. Okay, I understand it. I get it. Okay, but what's being blown up to proportion, okay, is every little death that they're reporting, mainly the hospitals, okay? Every time someone dies, it's automatically cleared as a COVID death. Folks, what we need to do is we need to investigate most of these hospitals, small doctor practices. We need to know the truth here, okay? Are these deaths really COVID deaths? Or are they reporting it to keep the far left Democratic leader happy, to keep the agenda at its high peak, okay? Because we all know, folks, okay? We all know this thing is being politicized. We all know it, okay? I've been saying this from day one since the COVID-19 era has started. Back in March on my show, I said it a few shows, more than a few shows prior to this one, okay? COVID-19 is being politicized at a high margin, folks. It is, okay? They are using this disease, this virus, as a weapon, as a weapon to try to bring down a Trump presidency, okay? The Democrats, okay, are smart people, okay? They're smart. They're playing you folks, the American citizen, as a puppet, okay? You're just a puppet on strings for them, okay? Dancing on a stage. Okay, that's all you are. That's all you are. Folks, these are the same people, okay? The same set of people, okay, saying about healthcare that you can keep your doctor, your premiums won't go up, this and that. We all knew that was a damn lie under the Obama administration. Folks, they don't have a message. These people are sick, demented, and brainwashed by their own agendas and messages. Hell, they're brainwashed by their own views. They don't have a view. They don't even have a thought on their head of where this country should go with healthcare, foreign policy, everything that's on the table right now in this election. Everything is literally on the table right now with this election. Your liberties, your freedoms, everything. Folks, I don't know how much more times I have to influence my listeners, okay? Because I know I have some liberal listeners on here that listen to the show. I have some conservative ones. I have independent voters. I have voters from all walks of the world. I understand that. It's a podcast. It draws lots of viewership. I have mainly my viewership roughly aging between the age of 34 to about 45, 46 years old. That's my main average viewer. Okay, I have some viewers that are between the ages of 18 to 25. Mainly, my viewers are around the average age I just mentioned, between 34 to about 46 years old. That's my average set of listeners, okay? I understand it's very hard, okay, as a conservative podcast host such as myself, okay? I consider myself to be very highly political, okay? I look at politics very, very, very highly. I look at it very serious, on a very serious note, okay? I don't agree with everything about politics, okay? But this ticket, okay, this ballot between these both candidates, Biden and Trump, okay, this is probably the most important election in our modern day history, okay? More important than the Hillary election, because we all know, folks, the Hillary election between Trump and Hillary Clinton was a joke. It was a joke. I mean, this woman, she's clearly corrupted. I don't know who's worse between her and Biden. They're basically mainly the same person. Okay, mainly the same person. Okay, every single politician that came before the current candidates running for president, both Trump and Biden, every politician was the same politician, no matter if they were Democrat or Republican or whatever party they choose to be. They all promised things that they couldn't deliver. Okay? This president, I want to say, with the exception of Ronald Reagan and Abraham Lincoln, those three, folks, will go down. Okay? In modern day history, they will go down as one of the greatest presidents that have ever lived in this country. They will. No, without a shadow of a doubt. President Trump is delivering to the American people. He's delivering. He's delivering on health care. He's delivering on foreign policy. He's delivering on borders. He's delivering on culture. He's protecting the American sovereignty of life, okay? And if you can't see that, I'm sorry, you're blind. You're blind. You might as well just crawl back under the rock you came under, okay, and live under that rock for the next 20 years and pretend and hope and pray or whatever you want to do in the next 20 years if you choose to come out that things will get better. But folks, things will never improve in this country if you just keep on voting for the dumb, corrupted politician. It's simple as that, folks. In 2016, we elected to the Oval Office an outsider, a businessman that knew what was right for the American people, that knew what was right to start from the beginning, okay? And stop bringing us in endless, stupid, ridiculous foreign wars. Tell me one question, okay? And I'll wait, okay? You can ask yourself one question. Has Trump ever involved us in a foreign war with a country that you've never even heard of? Has Trump even involved us in any war in the last 3.5, almost 4 years? No. The answer is no. The answer is no. And the Democrats know this. They know the things that he's getting done, and yet they still attack him. They still pasteurize him. They still bash him. They still criticize him. Why? Why do they need to continue doing that, folks? Because he's Donald Trump and he's doing things that no other president has done ever before. Like I said, with the exception of Ronald Reagan and President Abraham Lincoln. Those folks, okay, those folks, in my personal opinion, and I'm sure other viewers and listeners here that are listening to the show can agree, that those three that I just mentioned will go down as the greatest three presidents that have ever lived and that has ever served in public office and served for the American people. Truly, this is the first president, okay? And quote me on this. I believe I'm right because I'm usually right between 85% to 100% of the times. That President Trump is the only president that has not taken a presidential salary. It's true. And if he has to take a salary for political reasons, he takes every part of his income that he makes as a president, a current living president, and donates them to charities, organizations, churches, the military, etc. This man cares for the American people. Now, if you're telling me that he doesn't care and he's a bigot, oh, he only cares about the super rich, you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. Trump is a man that cares for everybody, no matter what color, creed, race, division you are. Trump cares for the American people. He's putting America first. And for the first time, you have a president that's not apologizing for America, but standing up for America. We'll be right back, folks, after these words. Don't go anywhere.
You can have all the TV ads you want. You can have all the digital ads you want. But at the end of the day, people connect with people. And obviously, this is an extraordinary election because we're in the midst of a pandemic.
I'm a student at Penn, and I'm just wondering, what do you think is going to engage the youth and our community in school?
I tell you. Anyway, folks, I don't know if you heard that, but that was former President Obama, in Philly. You know, they're running out of fuel, people. They're running out of fuel. Even Obama is trying to campaign for for his former running mate Biden. I tell you. You know, it's funny too, is because have you seen the polls? Have you seen the so-called polls here? I'm telling you, they're having Biden win by a landslide. You got to hear this. I'm gonna go by here a margin here of these polls, okay, and they have Biden winning in the national polls by a 306, and Trump only polling at 259. Folks, you know what's funny? You know what's real funny? And as it's becoming laughable at this time. It really is. It's really becoming laughable, and I don't even believe these polls, because they're the same polls that we seen when Biden was running against Hillary in 2016. The same numbers. They're fabricating the same numbers for Biden that they were for Hillary. They have Biden polling a 306 and Trump polling a 259. Literally the same crap that they did for Hillary. I think they just fabricated it for Biden. They have, you got to see this. They have all swing battleground states numbers polling for Biden. They have Arizona a plus 3.2, Florida plus 2.1, North Carolina plus 1.8, Georgia, believe it or not, Georgia, very conservative state, which I happen to live in, a 1.2 for Biden. Iowa, a 0.08, okay? They even have, it goes on. They have, what is it? Michigan, plus 7 for Biden. Wisconsin, plus 6.6. What is it? Nebraska, plus 0.5, and Pennsylvania, a plus 5.3, all for Biden. And believe it or not, the only swing state out of all of them, they show a plus 0.2 for Trump. All those swing states, fellas, they're showing Biden over the national polls, for against Trump. Can you believe that? Can you believe, literally, all the stuff that I just mentioned, all those states, they were all in favor of Biden in this campaign. Who in their right mind believes that Biden is winning in the polls. I mean, the rallies, the support, the MAGA signs all over the place show clear signs of high favorability for Trump. You can just drive down the road and see more Trump signs than you would Biden signs. I think the only time you see a Biden sign, if it's in an inner city, that's run by a far left liberal Democrat. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even the rallies for Trump show basically who's winning this race, winning this presidency. It's hands down, it's Trump, folks. I paint the picture for you. Trump wins in a landslide once again in 2020. Trump wins in a landslide 2020. There's no I mean, it's quite easy. Quite easy. But then again, the doubters will say, "Oh no, Biden's winning this election. Biden's winning by a margin. Biden is ahead of Trump 20 points, and this and that, and blah 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 blah." Well, we hear the same with the 2016 election. I'm telling you, folks, this is crazy. With other news, did you hear that there's these news here? I want to plug into the show. A New Hampshire restaurant opts to shut down rather than enforce face mask mandate. Good for you. You know, I say to New Hampshire, good for you. And force your people to wear masks. That's crazy. I'm telling you, this whole mask ordeal is getting a little nutty, if you ask me. Anyway, story coming out of Fox News reporting. A New Hampshire restaurant closed instead of complying with the state's coronavirus mask mandate. Rosalind Homemade Ice Cream and Lunch in Epping served its last meal earlier this week after owners Joe Bulge and Doreen Hazelton received a call from the state attorney's office. A customer had reported that the restaurant was not complying with the state's face mask protocol. Well, how the hell are you supposed to eat? See, this doesn't make sense, folks. They want you wearing the damn mask. Okay, and I'm for the mask. Hey, you're feeling sick. If it makes you feel a little better and stuff, wear the mask. What can I say? But I'm not going to live in fear. I don't think most Americans are really going along with the whole pitch to wear masks. I mean, this is not a socialist country, folks. Since when did we start living in fear that a virus is going to kill everybody and mass numbers? I mean, yeah, it's a serious disease, but still, we're a country that we shouldn't live in fear. Anyway, more to the story here. Rather than comply with the measure, Bulge, the restaurant owner, just decided to close the restaurant. Said, "Hey, you know what? I'm not going to have this mask mandate destroy my legacy as a business owner. I don't think it should. And this goes along with 2 Hawaii restaurants banned travelers from dining in despite new pre-travel program. Oh boy. I don't have any issues with health laws, regulations, Bulge told Fox News. What we had an issue with is that this was a governor's mandate that was set up over 7 months ago. 7 months ago, the owner said. That was meant to be a 2-week mandate to flatten the curve so hospitals wouldn't run out of equipment. Do you remember that, folks? Do you remember back in March, this was only supposed to be, a 2-week mandate, right? It started off as 14 days 14 days, folks. We just got to flatten that curve. Then it turned into a month. Then it turned into 6 months. Now it turns into basically where we're at now. Folks, the curve was flattened a long time ago, but the mandate remains. So it has become a control mechanism. And I've been saying that since the beginning. Since the beginning. This, folks, and I'm going to agree with the restaurant owner here in New Hampshire. And hats off to you. Defend, I should say to everybody, and everybody should be following the same thing. Defend your heritage, defend your legacy, defend your beliefs, defend your freedoms, defend your liberties. Because, folks, this mass mandate is starting to turn into a damn control mechanism. It's starting to control. It's starting to be a control thing from the radical left, to see how much of its people and its districts, its states, its areas they can control. Because that's what it's coming down to. I mean, seriously, that's what it's coming down to. We're not saying the virus isn't real. It's a virus. It's just not as dangerous as they portray it to be. Overhyped. I've been saying this since March. Should we quarantine people? Yes. Quarantine the people that are more vulnerable to the disease. Quarantine the people that need to be quarantined. Don't lock down your whole damn state because of a damn virus. You can't keep people locked up like we're in a third world country. This is America. Got places like New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo ordered the closure of a number of restaurants in late August, after citing various violations found by a task force member, ranging from allowing patrons indoors to employees working without face masks. Folks, this is coming down to people's livelihoods. Sometimes in the near future, or sometime in the near future, people are going to get sick of this damn mandate. They're going to open their damn business because they don't have a damn solution to it. They have to feed their families because they've been locked down. They've been closed for the last 6-7 months. That's what it's going to come down to. I'm telling you right now, folks. We will be in the midst of a civil war very soon. I think we're in the beginning of it. I think people are getting sick at these far left liberal nut jobs of mayors and Democratic governors. And they had enough of it. They had enough of it. Businesses are being affected, small and large. Families are committing suicide. Depression rates are at an all-time high. Alcoholism is at an all-time high. People are losing their jobs because companies have to close down because of regulations and mandates because of this virus. This virus is affecting people's lives, people, not because of deaths. It's just because it's affecting the leadership in states, certain states, not every state, mainly Democratic-run states. The choice will come down to the American people. I've said that from the beginning, and I'll say it right now. The choice will come down to the American people. Where do you want to be in the near future? Where do you want to be with your livelihoods? Well, folks, it all comes down to you. It comes down to the mighty voter come November 3rd. You can either vote in the correct candidate for office, or you can just simply just say, you know what? I had enough of it, and just give up on life. The choice is yours, folks. The choice is yours, and it will come down to yours. With that being said, folks, thank you for joining in to a special podcast tonight of the Patriot Angle. And we'll always see you on the next show. Thanks a lot, guys.